boy, have we got a lot of stuff to talk about in this Soma chapter. There was a lot of rules, a lot of stuff, a lot of dialogue explaining what exactly is happening with this invasion right now. And I feel really bad because it seems like from what we're going to be having, they're not just going to be hitting from one front, they're going to be hitting it from 4 sides as well. So Soma and the gang had to do and quickly rescue like Tosuki Academy very fast. So Satoshi explains to everyone what exactly has happened with him, saying like, basically, this is what happened, I'm no longer part of like the Elite 10 anymore. They've been revising and like changing this whole situation. They're trying to get people that they actually trust to join the Elite 10, and they are pretty much trying to take away every kind of resource that everyone has. And it's like, the simple rules of the fact is like, they're challenging people to Shokugekis no matter what, and it's just like, hey, if you win, you get to keep all your stuff, you get to keep your titles, you get to keep everything and all that. But however, if if we win, you lose that stuff. You have to respect Azumi's wishes that he wants to do all this to the academy. This is how it's going. However, Satoshi made sure with the last bit of this power that he did, he had to make sure he had to enforce some rules onto this one. And here's a lot there. There's number 1. All judges for Shokugekis must be outside Tosuki Academy, meaning that there cannot be any biasm, like comparing to what the judges will be doing. We already had this kind of stuff the last time we did when Soma had his Shokugeki with Eizan. This was like kind of nearly got to him a loss already from the start, and he was like, you're gonna lose anyway. So this is pretty much what it was to stop stuff like this happening. However, if the people are known with each other to make sure that there won't be any bias, it's like, if they're like talking like straight before a match is starting or something like that, then they will reorganize the Shokugeki and get a new judge in to prevent that. There's a lot of stuff that can go dodgy with this rule right here. Like, someone could bring in a new judge and it's like, oh, but how do you not know? We didn't know anything that these guys were very close to one another. There's a lot of shady shit that can be happening right now whilst these Shokugekis are happening. The theme of the dish must be agreed on by both players. They must agree on a theme. Dishes, whatever they want to challenge each other to, they have to agree from both sides. And he said, oh, I'm making this special curry. No, that's your specialty. I ain't fucking with that. You gotta do fish. Well, there you go. Like, that's the little problem right there. Exactly. It's like, if the two don't agree, then that can't exactly happen. And, pretty much that's what's going to be happening. And it's like, we've got some issues because, like, Tadakora and Soma, they're kind of, like, worried about this shit. Especially Tadakora. Like, she has, like, the local kind of groceries, like, part of the whole situation right now. And it's like, what happens? She loses that shit. The Polar Star don't want to lose, like, all the stuff that they got. And that's, like, one of the things that, Tadakora, like, she specializes in, especially, like, with, like, homegrown, fresh kind of stuff from, like, that feels like home. So Soma and gang are pretty much saying, like, to pretty much deal with this situation, there's going to be 4 venues because they can't take it all over at once, so they have to be separated, and this is going to be happening over like numerous days as well from what they've been saying. So this is like the venue orders in the order that's being delivered. Venue A will be dealt with Yuki, Isami, Aldini, and Fumio. These are the 3 that are going to be dealing with Venue A. Venue B will be Ryoko, Zenki, and Shun, and then you see will be Hisako, Shoji, and Daigo. No, I like Hisako. Seems like the one that's going to be like the main front on that one. Like, so far with like Venue B, that's like a pretty solid team. Venue A, I mean, you got Yuki, Isami, Aldini, and like for me, I'm kind of confident in that one. However, they're bringing all their heavy guns into Venue D, which is Soma, Takumi, Aldini, and Tadakora. They seem to be the ones that are heading straight for Venue D, and we already know at the start that Venue D has the 4-seat Momo right there, and already she's challenging someone like the captain of like this group. That's like, so we're going to be seeing that, and I imagine by the time Soma and them get there, that's probably when that situation going to be done. But there was a lot of dialogue in this chapter. I mean, we saw from like Erina as well, like kind of her perspective. He's like, oh, I have no idea what's going on. Like, seems like my world has been turned upside down after everything. And I kind of like respected her friend who was like, you know what, I gotta go, I've got to back him up and all that. But it's like, I needed to make sure that you were okay first. Like, I want to help, but it's like, you matter more to me, Erina, than all of that stuff. That right there, that's some friendship right there. I absolutely adore that from Hisako. Like, Hisako's definitely grown on me as a character. I've really enjoyed her. Like, at the start, she was just a brown-noser. Now she's like, she actually does deeply care. We do know a lot more of her reasons for like why she's a friend to her, and not to mention as well, she does kind of care for the other characters as well. Obviously, like, that doesn't change their friendship with like Erina, that they're so close to one another. So I do love that. And kind of just Soma's just kind of reaction like, shit just happens. I'm just me. Like, I don't care what's happened between my father and what happens to your father. I just want to be me. I want to do my stuff. That's who I am. I'm not going to be following in their footsteps in any way. I make my own rules. That's just the simple fact of the matter. And honestly, it's going to be interesting. Are we going to be seeing a challenge for like Soma versus like Momo was like kind of the last one I was expecting like Soma maybe to deal. Like that's how I could see like maybe dealing with that one. But out of all of them, she seems kind of like the least intimidating. I know she's like, that's saying a lot. She is the 4th seat, so she's way better than Azan and all them. But it's like, I don't know, that's just maybe I don't really care for like the token lolly characters that much like that. You know, give me the other mother. I want to see the first. I know this is already getting greedy already, but I want to see the first seat going in action. I want to see Rindo. I want to see those motherfuckers go in. And this still doesn't change the fact that what about the allies and all that we haven't got yet? Like, we still got the other seats, you know. We already know that Satoshi's going to be backing them up. We already know that for the fact. We know that this is the thing with the judges and all that, since they're going to be outside Totsuki Academy, you know, the former first and second like seats and all that, you know, that they like Soma, they like their group, so... But I don't think he would do anything in the way saying like, okay, this is the fact of the matter. I like you, Soma, but I've got to admit, like, he seems like the sort of guy that'd be like, he tells Soma straight up, your food's shit. This is why. Like, he seems like that. But, however, that could be twisted in the matter. Like, we don't know as of yet what's going to be happening. And that's why I think there's a lot to talk about in this chapter. Like, the rules that are being set and everything is really, really, like, just so much to think about. Like, okay, well, how is it going to work like this? How's it going to, like, work with that? We still need to see challenges. We still need to see the other threats, because obviously we've only got a few seats left. And, you know, those seats, they need filling. They need some filling on there. And obviously we're probably going to be seeing some backup seats and all that. Someone that, they did say people that are kind of getting to that point now are worthy of being on that seat. And we already know that Eren is still in that spot for meantime, but not to mention as well, like, who are other, like, could we possibly see Akira? Like, would he actually try and do that? Like, what about Atlas? Like, there are numerous people on there that would actually, like, try and do something. Like, we haven't really heard Alice's, so far, opinion on the whole matter, and, you know, like, him, like, he would just go with, like, whatever his lady says. That'd be kind of interesting. They do have a little squabble over this. Like, there's a lot of stuff we need to see. We need to see, like, more of the other characters' opinions, what's going to be happening. But, yeah, we can't leave, like, the other contenders off there. We can't just think of, like, oh, the Polar Star Dormitory. Like, there's a lot more other characters and a lot of other people to think about that's going through this shit right now. So we have to wait and see, honestly, what's going to be happening. And we go see the other seats trying to get their, like, seats back. We don't know. There's a lot of stuff, and I'm really excited to talk about more of this, because goddamn, this is really exciting actually for Soma, and I cannot wait to see what's going to be happening in the next chapter. Like, definitely a lot of stuff to be like information just to take. I know that's a lot for a lot of people. Like, so hopefully I helped explain a lot more of the rules. I actually had to get this a once over, and it didn't help that the chapters were late as well, because seeing the rules, I was like, oh my god, I'm dreading this chapter. I'm just seeing text everywhere. Oh my god, I'm so bored. Like that. So, yeah, hopefully I kind of digested it and kind of made it a little bit more simpler for you Soma fans. Like, hope that was the case. If so, leave me in the comments down below so I might be able to explain it to you. Or even as well, there's some very knowledgeable people like Charles Nakiri, like, he's one of the biggest Soma fans that I know. He definitely loves his Soma. He knows his Soma. So yeah, if you want to know more about Soma, you definitely hit up that guy's channel and definitely hit him up on Facebook as well, because he knows his stuff, man. So, you know, one of the guys that got me into the Soma series. So, you know, good shit there, man. Good shit. Although, I know that you like Erina, but Rindo's still best girl, mate. And honestly, just a great chapter. A lot of stuff to, like, take in. So I know a lot of people are probably going to be turned off by that chapter. But it's like, honestly, really enjoyed it. I think this was a 7.5 out of 10. I really did enjoy it. And I can't wait to see what's going to be happening in the next further, like, you know, chapter of Soma. Really want to know what's going to be happening with the anime, though. We haven't heard any info in a while. Just know that it's going to be happening. So that could be a potential that we might get in summer. Like, I think that's kind of showing, like, already that we're not going to be getting it in spring. We're going to probably get maybe a teaser trailer in spring or something. So we're not going to get any of that anytime soon, I feel. Maybe in another month or so we might get a little bit more information, or maybe some character designs. But that's all we can really talk about it so far, and I'm looking forward to it, because there's definitely enough material to do a Season 2 and maybe a potential Season 3 in the future, maybe once the anime ends. That's all from me, everyone, so thank you much for watching as always. Hope you appreciate this chapter, because I definitely did as well, and I'll catch you guys next time.